Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurrahmanto. I'm from Faculty Medicine, Muhammadiyah University of Yogyakarta. Today, I'd like to present the influence of online games on sleep habits and health. I will highlight my slide. So, the first, I will tell you about introduction. Second, research question. Third, literature review. 4, research method. 5, research. 6, discussion. And the last is conclusion. Nowadays, online games are prevalent in our circles, especially teenagers. Online games can be simple to incorporating complex graphics. Games that are played over some form of computer network, most often the internet, increasingly developing following the advancement of technology. Because of its popularity, the problem of online game addiction has become a topic of discussion, especially its effect on sleep habits. The next is research question. Research question is what are the effects of online games on sleep habits and health among medical students? Before we go into the research, I will tell you about sleep habits. According to Christopher Crane, the sleep quality is defined as a person's satisfaction with the sleep experience, integrating an aspect of sleep initiation, sleep maintenance, sleep quantity, and awakening refreshment. The process of asleep is regulated by a neuron that has turned off an arousal system allowing the brain to fall asleep immediately. Many of these neurons are found in the preoptic area of the hypothalamus. These neurons contain molecules that can slow down neuronal communications, shutting down an arousal system during sleep. The loss of these nerve cells can cause severe insomnia. This is related to sleep habits. Sleep habits were defined as the behavior pertaining to time to bed, time to rise, drinking coffee at night, duration of night sleep, and consumption of sleeping pills. The effect of bad sleep habits is it interferes with the person's sleep quality. In this case, it is caused by someone being too addicted to playing games so that they forget the time to sleep. And next is research method. It was quantitative research for those who actively play online games. The survey was conducted at the Faculty of Medicine of Muhammadiyah University Yogyakarta, where some students are actively involved in various online gaming teams. In this quantitative research, data were collected through an online questionnaire in the form of an online form presented to batch 19 medical students who play the online game. The study was done after all of the students who actively play online games filled the form. In this study, the data from the questionnaire were analyzed quantitatively using Microsoft Excel. Percentage and means were gained from the questionnaire. The data from the questionnaire that strongly agree and agree were combined, such as those who strongly disagree and disagree. And next is the research. The left is graph of gender. The graph above shows the gender of participants who had filled out the questionnaire. Most participants of this research are men, 20 people or 74%. 4.1% and the 117 people or 25.9%. The right is graph of age. The graph above shows the age of participants who had filled out the questionnaires of 27 participants that are 14 people or 51.9% who are 20 years old, 8 people or 29.6% who are 90 years old, 4 people or 40% who are 20 years old, and 1% who are 20 years old. And next, the histogram above shows what games are played by the participants. The most played game is Mobile Legends, played by 13 people. Then PUBG, 8 people. And other games are only played by 1 person. Like San Andreas, Dota 2, Clash Royale, Minecraft, Haku, and another. And next graph. The graph above shows the frequency of playing the online game. Most of the participants don't play the game often. Then there are 25.9% who play the game occasionally, 22.2% who often play games, and 11.1% very often. And next, histogram. The histogram above shows the duration of playing online games. The length of the period is 30 minutes until 10 hours, and the average is 5.67 hours. Most of them are played until 5 hours per day. And next graph. The graph above shows what device that participants use to play online games. Most of them use smartphone, then laptop 25.9%, and the rest of the participants in a tiny and same percentage use computers and tablets. And next graph. The graph above shows participants' response to the question, can you participants sleep after playing online game? Most of them said yes, which means they can sleep after playing online game. The other side, no, 18.5%, which means they can sleep after playing online games. And next, histogram. The histogram above shows the duration of sleeping after playing online games. The length of the term is 3 hours until 8 hours, and the average is 5.3 per hours. Most of them are sleep until 5 hours after playing online games. And next graph. The graph above shows the response and opinion of participants to the question, are playing online games are good for sleeping habits? Why? Most of them disagree. 40.7%, which means online games are bad for sleeping habits. Then 25.9% are vehemently opposed, which means they firmly believe that online games are bad for sleeping habits. Besides that, 22.2% of participants agree and 11.1% strongly agree that playing online games is suitable for sleeping habits. Participants who believe that online games are bad for sleeping habits to think online games can reduce the sleeping time, that bad for health, not suitable for the eyes, and worsening sleep quality. Of 27% participants, most of them say online games can reduce sleeping time. Most participants believe that online games are suitable for sleeping habits to think playing online games can make sleep more soundly. Others believe that playing online games are refreshing and relaxing before bedtime. And next histogram. The histogram above shows the agreement about the statement online games can reduce sleeping hours. The rate from 1 strongly disagree to 10 strongly agree. Most often 6 people are 22.2% rate 8 for this statement, which means they agree that online games can reduce sleeping hours. The average rate is 9 or 7 that represent the opinion above by most of the participants. And next graph. The graph above shows the participants' choice about two crucial goals in the next 4 weeks. The goals are: you will sleep on time without being interrupted by playing online games, and or you will slowly reduce the time to play the online game. Most 63% choose to minimize their time playing the online game, and the rest 37% decide to sleep on time. It means that reducing time to playing online games is more important than sleep on time without being interrupted by online games. The agreement about the statement online games can reduce sleeping hours. The average rate is 6 or 7. That means the opinion above by most of the participants. So this study said the online games can reduce sleeping hours. From previous research show that media used for playing online games can trigger people to be more active and cause sleep delays. The most participants who play online games don't have enough sleep. It can be seen from the average of sleep that only 5 hours. It according from previous research that online games affect sleep time that bit bad for happy teenagers. Even though National Sleep Foundation Queensland advised that adults need 7 until 9 hours of sleep per night. The danger of participants who had filled out the questionnaire. It shows that most of the participants who play online games are men. And this study also reveals that men spend more time playing online games than women. And it's according from previous research that women spend less time playing video games in the day than men. This study examined the influence of online games on sleeping habits and health. Most respondents of the survey are men. The respondents mostly active playing online games. From the result of data analysis, it is found that there is a relationship between playing online games and the quality and quantity of sleep. Affinity refers to negative effect, which means that online games negatively affect sleep habits. From this study, it can also be concluded that the longer duration of playing online games, the fewer sleep hours of most respondents. Most respondents with a long period of playing games think that playing games reduce their sleep hours, especially at night. The data shows that the respondent sleeping time is below the recommendation of the National Sleep Foundation. This study hopes that those who actively play online games pay attention to their sleeping hours. Based on the findings of the study, it recommends that the people who will research this next to increase the sample of respondents to be more accurate and research more about the factors that exist in this study, and the rest to examine more deeply the relationship between sleep hours and health. I think this is the end of my presentation, and thank you for your attention. Stay safe, stay healthy. Wear your mask.